So when we left off, you gave your options, or you gave the answers. Yeah. You gave 2 answers you thought you were correct and 1 that you think was wrong.
Yeah.
And now he's offering you a soul in a bet against you. So basically he's saying, I bet this soul that you're wrong, choose a different third option. And there's one voice that you can barely hear. It's almost a whisper. He's saying, mine. Pick mine.
So I have 2. Now I have 2 options I could pick from. I had that one, and then I had my door. Okay, I was just gonna think about offering up my door, but since he's
No. So this is a soul to bring back.
Oh,
so like if you win this battle, basically what he's trying to do is he's trying to get you to like, he's so sure of himself, he's trying to get you to think like, oh, well, maybe that's the incorrect answer and choose a different one. He's trying to fuck with you.
I see.
But
I thought it was
No, so basically he's betting a soul that you're wrong, but if you get the answer right, he gives you a soul of someone. And this person over here is saying, mine, pick mine.
So but that's to change the answer.
No, that's it. So basically right? It's like, you ever watched The Price is Right or anything like where they try to get you to choose behind a mystery door?
Oh,
they fuck with you and saying like, are you sure you want the middle one? It's almost never the middle one. It's almost always the right one. You want to change your answer to the right one? Yeah. They fuck with you.
Yeah, because they're trying to get you to choose the one that costs less for them.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I want to keep my 2 answers the same. Just right. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I want to keep my answers the same.
So he looks at you and he's like, you got it correct. How unfortunate. So, which one of these souls am I giving back? So you have a choice now. You can choose one of your teammates, one of the townsfolk, or the only voice that you can hear besides your patron is the mage over there in a blue cloak.
I picked him. He's seeing. That seems like the only one. I want to roll an insight to see how.
What he looks like?
No, like to see if that would be a wise decision to pick his.
Okay, go ahead.
12 plus 0.
I'll give it to you. Looking him over, you can see that he does look very battle-hardened. He has a couple scars. His clothes look very nice. They have burns on them that look like magic burns, though.
So I raise my glaive, point it at him. That one.
This one right here?
No, the one in the blue cloak.
That one. Are you sure I can't interest you in this one?
No, I would like the one in the blue cloak to your left. Because there is another blue cloaked one, and I am not falling for that.
That's such a shame, because there's 100% about to be that.
I know, that's why I'm not playing that
too.
And I specifically said to his left.
You bastards. Fine.
I'm not.
I guess I'll allow it. And you see him like reach down, and you see like his hands start to like shine. It's like metal's creeping up it, and he gives that one back its soul. And the second the mage comes back alive, he freaking lightning chains straight into the guy. He turns around and like, tries to block it off. Right. There's no violence inside here.
It's combat time, isn't it?
No, so he said there was no violence inside here.
Oh, okay. Okay, so no combat time.
So as the mage starts to kind of like wither it off, and as his soul starts to come back, you kind of think that what happened was like a reaction. Like he was charging the spell before his soul was taken, it kind of just fired at the same time.
I see.
As he comes back, he shakes his head, and he looks at you. Thank you. Now, I think it's about time we're done with this game, don't you agree? And the big guy's
Absolutely.
like, No, we still can play now. This one just won, so I'll pose a riddle to you. And
to him, pose
to
a riddle
him, yes, but if you would like to interrupt, you can.
Like, what if we chose my riddle?
Oh, well, we're not going to do that. So, the mage looks over and he thinks about it for a second, and he's like, what if we did play her riddle? And he is actually going to cast Dominate Person.
Oh!
He does succeed, unfortunately.
Fuck, dude.
So he, the mage did cast it, and it did fail, but you can see, like, the dome of magic that was around is starting to crumble a little bit, and these two kind of look at each other. Oh, now why did you have to go and ruin the game? And he looks back over at you one last time. Would you like to play one more round before we end this?
No.
Yes? Would you like to play dice again?
No.
Yes, you would. All
no,
right.
I would not.
Here's your dice. And he's like, now he's like actually like trying to influence and force it into your hand. So I will give you a single con save.
Crit that. I say crit that.
So
What does your bear totem do again?
it's strength.
Only strength. Only strength?
So the mage looks over at you and he manipulates your roll to be a 19.
Oh, that's not even on the back. Oh, wait. Oh, on this one.
So like, yeah.
I see.
So you end up passing that and you say no one last time. The guy's like, oh, it was going so well too. What a pitiful way to end the day.
I'll offer you up a riddle.
Oh, I think I'm about done with games today. How about I just kill you all instead? And you start to see like his flesh start to peel, and he starts to get a lot larger. And as he starts to get up, the mage runs up to the front, and he casts Banishment, which I'm pretty sure that is. I think that
Pretty bad
would
save.
pass.
What's his con?
Is it? It's not
It's
a
a
con, it's a
wisdom
wisdom.
save.
It's a
wisdom.
wisdom save, but yeah.
11 plus what?
And he changes it to a 1.
Oh.
Nice.
So the guy looks at him and he's like, well, that's just not very fun now, is it? What a waste of time. You will be the first one I kill. As he's talking to the mage. And he looks over at you. You will run my labyrinth until you die. And then he like slowly gets like folded into the banishment.
Telepathically, as he's leaving, a final game, and I send him the riddle.
So he does not answer it again.
I'm not letting him in. I don't expect him to answer it. I'm just gonna leave it for him to play through in his new home.
Well, it's his home.
Well,
It is his
obviously.
home, yeah.
Obviously, but you know, back to wherever he's going.
I will let you roll history to see if you know what kind of demon he was.
You fucking piece of shit. I'm not rolling you again.
I don't know why you keep rolling that one.
It's just there.
There you go.
So you, through your deity and, you know, just being around, you know that him and Labyrinth go hand in hand. He is a Gorsto, which is an extremely high-level, CR 19 powerful demon that enjoys games and labyrinths above all else. And he's slowly, like, folded into the banishment and just disappears. And as he disappears, these people just start falling over one by one.
Mentally included.
Besides...
I was hoping... Oh, dang it.
And he turns back around and he looks at you because the other three are starting like slowly, get their souls back, slowly starting to wake up. He looks at you. Well played. Thank you for choosing me. That game would have ended very badly if you had continued, because it would have went until we all lost.
I'm sure.
Thank you for choosing Blue Cape Wizard. We hope that you will with us again in the future for the low.
Oh, Lord.
Return customers get 20% off.
So,
I know Olivia's
As he's-
intelligence is not that high, but like I was not about to play your fucking game with the blue cloak thing.
so as he's, I was legitimately hoping, because I chose this one because I wanted him, and I'm like, oh, that one has a blue cloak too. We can fuck around with that later on.
Oh yeah. That's why I specifically said to your left.
So he, as the others are waking up, he kind of looks at them and makes sure they're fine. And he approaches you. My name is Irving. I appreciate the assist. And he looks over at Inslee. A valiant effort, young fairy.
You know, you gotta do what you can do.
You were close.
Yeah.
And then he looks over at the barbarian and then to Doku, and he's like, a valiant effort.
That fucker cheated.
Yes, he did. The question that you failed was actually the same one that I failed, and I gave the same answer. And slowly he looks back and he turns to the rest of the town. He's like, I dare say I don't think any of them were in that realm for too long, so they should all be fine.
Oh, should we draw mustaches on them while they're passed out?
What realm was it?
From what I could tell, it was a detached part of the outer planes, where a soul is slowly sucked into nothingness. And you would know the place he's talking about is known as the absolute void or the end void.
Okay.
So it's a realm outside your patron's exact control, but at the same time, it's a realm where he also draws some of his power from. And you know that high-level demons can sometimes access it. And I say sometimes, it's rare.
Trippy.
So he looks around at the rest of you, and he's like, I assume all of you are all right. The townsfolk will eventually wake up afterwards. They're not as strong as you four are.
Sweet. I'm gonna.
And telepathically to him, I'm like, these three are not as strong as I expected.
He telepaths back to you. In a rigged game, how strong can you really be?
True.
You gonna say something?
Hey guys, we should probably get out of here.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna make druid craft around as much as I can to make the grass pods bloom and flowers bloom and make it a good smelling area, so they have a nice, pleasant time when they finally wake up.
Oh, that's nice.
And everybody
You said-
smells good.
You said Irving is his name?
Irving is his name, yeah. So he says there's no danger.
I don't remember his name.
Faust.
Can I borrow you for a second?
What?
You know how you're really good as a kobold and digging and stuff? I just want you to use your newfound powers to etch a picture of us into the stone, rescuing the town.
Oh, like a mural of you guys being like heroes.
Just in a 5x5 area on a solid piece of stone.
Wait. What do you mean newfound power?
You know how you're really good at digging, and you didn't realize how good at digging you were until
He
recently.
basically wants you to like.
Is this a racist assumption?
It's a stereotype, okay? There's a fine line right there. Kobolds are good at digging.
Now, friends, there's no need to fight. And with Faust gone, there is no immediate danger. If you would like, and he kind of waves his hand, and a bonfire lights up here, and then he kind of waves his other hand. You start to see berries and other food items starting around it. Please, it's the least I can do to give you guys a good night's rest.
I look at you and I'm like, yeah, and you're good at, yeah, and your kind is being good at being a soul trapping assholes.
Yeah, most of them, yeah.
So I do want to clear one thing up. He said that he visited the Fae. He's not from there.
Yeah, he wasn't a Fae person, but my kind are pretty, soul trappy. You got to be a little careful with them.
Oh, they are 100%
Yeah.
Fuck you and offering drinks, it was drinks, right?
Yeah,
Fuck you.
My guy was an alcoholic. You offered him alcohol. What do you think he's gonna do?
I don't know what you're talking about. My name's Inslee, and I'm eating berries.
If you guys are missing any health, the good berries do give you back a lot of it. They take care of your hunger, and it's basically just like him.
Guess I'm useless here.
Well, you can recast if you wanted to. You can eat your good berries if you want to, but he's basically offering like the group food.
You say basically like a long rest here?
It is it's a long rest.
I'm sure this would be more refreshing.
Literally,
than
a long rest is useless to me.
So he goes around, he checks on the other people in town. He's like,
Aside from keeping away exhaustion.
good. Everyone looks to be safe. You four, I'm surprised to see you all out this far. What brings you this far west, east?
We're definitely not here against our own free will, that's for sure.
We were sent by the guard to come check on various towns, including this one.
I see what you mean. He kind of looks down at like your brand the guard gave you. I see.
You believe that?
Well, look from it from his perspective. He is fighting a war against monsters of hell. He needs all he can get.
So you might as well force people into slavery to fill the front lines of battle?
Try not to be too hard on him. And he puts his hand on your arm, and you can see like the brand start to like dissipate.
You are my bro. You want some gold? Chink!
Oh, no, thank you. And then he looks at you like, where did you acquire so much gold?
In the foundry, there's just puddles of it over there.
And he kind of looks up to where the giant gold-ass statue was, and he's like, the mayor is this one right here. I would say perhaps we let him sleep a bit longer if you catch my...
I catch your drift. I don't have sleep spell, I'm sorry.
Well, no,
I will be transforming into a riding horse.
Can we retract?
Does this guy got anything good on him? Grab it and go.
So, because it is nighttime, like as you guys look out, it's like 8, 9 o'clock. It is almost pitch black out there. And he's basically offering, you guys food, drink, whatever you need to have a restful night. And he lets you know the townspeople probably won't be up and at him until like 2 days from now. As he's, kind of checking on everyone, is there any like questions or anything you guys want to do while you guys are taking a long rest? Because he is not sleeping.
Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna like wake up soon.
No, because you kind of get the idea. You guys were only in that place for like a couple of minutes, basically. These guys have been there for like a couple hours, so it's going to take them a lot longer to...
Doku, come on, man.
What?
Come on, hook it up over here. I'm going to do a mural of our ultimate battle over here so these people know that we are gods amongst
What do you
mortals.
mean?
We're going to carve a giant mural.
With what?
Well, I'll just use my claws if you use yours.
Your claws? Ah!
I'll just take out my spear then, or my javelin, and start like etching out.
If you have the pendant anywhere nearby, the eye just kind of like watching Inslee make this thing.
I want my guy to think like he doesn't have it.
You know,
Like, I know I have it.
That's fine.
I know what you're talking about. But I wanted to make it to where, like, it's a reaction thing.
all right,
Like, he naturally finds it.
I don't care. Well, I'm still gonna carve.
I will let you do it at
rudimentary-
disadvantage
This is a
performance. Yes, it is. You're trying to carve into this fucking rock.
Yeah. It's a 5 altogether.
So you do manage to carve out like the 4 of you, and all I can say is it's like one step up from a stick drawing.
Yeah, my
Like,
guy's. Yeah, it is kind of a stick drawing. My guy's big, and I got like big muscles and stuff. And,
So basically, it looks like caveman paintings. Like you see 4 stick figures, and they're like over a bunch of other stick figures. So it looks like 4 people killed like a bunch of stick people.
and then I'll carve in there Inslee, Archfey, and friends.
And friends.
Saved this town. You are welcome. Now I'll get a carve it in Sylvan too, so nobody could actually read it except for us, probably. Yeah.
The guy turns around. He's like, and he speaks to you a little bit in Sylvan. He's like, that is a very interesting drawing.
You like that? I'm pretty proud of it.
I do. Would you like me to enhance it a bit?
Sure.
So, he walks over and he kind of like grabs your spear and he kind of like turns it around, like taps it against the rock, and the rock kind of like shatters a little bit to this like fucking amazing mural of exact likeness of the 4 of you like standing triumphantly over this town. It looks like an action hero shot with like all 4 of you in like a different
With my
pose.
wings and javelin.
And
Standing on a pile of dead demon corpses.
roll a con save.
Is that picture that's gonna? Is that the thumbnail for this video?
Yes, it will be.
Oh my gosh, the
It's,
mural's gonna be
14.
the thumbnail.
It's so beautiful you actually start to cry a little bit.
I don't have to feel a God save to cry at that.
But yeah, it's
Sweet.
so he asks if you guys need anything else, as he will be resting up a little bit before he continues back to his group.
Got any health potions on you? I'm always needing them. Come on, you know there's some around town. I looked all over the place, and all I found was all the skull. I mean, no health potions. Not this gold. I had this when I came into town.
Sure you did. Allow me to check my bag. And he takes like a bag of hold and he kind of like opens it up and raffles through it. And he's like, yeah, I have a few in here. And he hands you 2 greater health potions.
Nice. Thanks.
So you guys maybe didn't hear me earlier. What brings you this far west? I mean, the guard captain sent you here, but for what?
Fighting demons.
Making sure people are still alive and to send them back to the place.
I see. They need reinforcements for their fort. I will strongly suggest that the people of this town go forth to help their saviors. And he kind of like points to the mural. And I'll make sure that they understand who their saviors are. Don't worry about that.
By the way, we found this sketchy box in the mayor's mansion.
Oh, really? What kind of box?
I'm holding. I'm like,
That box.
I would not recommend you open it.
Oh, may I please see it?
I'm like, I'll hold it, and I'll be like way, way back to make sure nobody is around me. I'll be like,
So as the tentacles kind of like leap out and they start to go towards him, he looks at it and he kind of just like holds it up, and the tentacles kind of like just all freeze, and he grabs one of them, and then they kind of like start to like slouch back into the box, and the box closes. You can tell what he did was he dominated Beast.
You're quite powerful.
I see. That is very. Actually, it can be rather useful.
Indeed.
So what he does, may I?
Of course.
So he takes the box, he kind of looks at it, and he's like, and you start to see like his hands and his eyes start glowing, and he starts to like physically change the shape of the box, and he kind of changes it into what you perceive as like a gauntlet, but it has like a little slot right here, and he kind of like molds it to fit a female hand, and he hands it back.
Take it. Left hand, because right hand is dominant for weapon.
So he looks at it and he says, point it over there for a moment. Vala! And the second he says that, you see like a magical seal kind of like go away, and the tentacles shoot out and just like smash into the ground, and they kind of like slowly go back in there, and the seal like reapplies itself. Now, I would never be one to tell someone what they can and can't do, but I would strongly suggest you don't try using that more than once a day.
I understand.
And you realize by using it multiple times you can, but each time you use it, you realize the tentacles got stronger and stronger, so you can kind of understand that by using it multiple times you may lose control of it. But it's not a hard once per day.
Yeah.
It's just recommended.
It's recommended you don't fuck with it too much yet.
It's like a doctor's recommation on your medicine. You can probably take it more than once
But
a day.
it's not a good
Without
thing.
dying,
Yeah.
but you might.
All right, so yeah, he's basically just kind of like hunkering down around the campfire. He's taking some of the berries and some of the food, just eating it, and he kind of just asks if you guys need anything else.
Good.
He talks a little bit about himself. He was here with a group of 5 people trying to stop Zorn. He asks you if you guys know who that is.
Yeah. Is that your buddy who was
Absolutely.
a butthole? Or was that the bad guy last time? I can't tell the difference.
That's the bad guy.
The dude, I see, dwarven fellow, very aggressive.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Dantos, yes, he is,
I wasn't sure if he was the bad guy or if the other guy was. They were both pretty bad.
Dantos is a good person once you get to know him. He has just had a very troubled past, you could say.
He was very rude to me for trying to help him out. I cried a little bit that night, I'm not going to lie. Pretty sensitive about that stuff.
Well, my apologies. I'll next time I see him, I'll be sure to give him a strong talking to about not hurting people's feelings.
Well, don't hurt fairies' feelings. I mean, people don't count, apparently, because you just enslave them and, do whatever.
You seem to be very openly hostile there.
No,
Sir
I'm
Inslee.
becoming bitter of this world. I'm sorry. People are messed up around here. Look at all these dead bodies. Like, what the heck? We don't get this in the Fae. Once in a while. But, not this much.
Dead bodies.
They're alive.
Are the passed out bodies with their stolen souls and whatnot.
Well, they're coming back, but yeah, they're sleeping now.
Yeah. Yes, messed up around here, man. Messed up. Just saying.
Once this is all over, how about you come and join me in my home of Ernia? I think you'd really enjoy it. It's beautiful there.
Sure.
Almost as beautiful as the Fae.
Come travel there once or twice. We'll see what's up.
Good. All right. Anything else? Is there anything you guys want to do during the long rest? So you can either ask him for information if you want to try to craft something, or if you want to spend your time investigating one of the items you got.
I want to investigate the pendant that I got, along with the eye.
Okay.
I'd like to look at the golden sword.
Okay. So we'll start with the pendant first. What about you two? What are you doing?
I actually want to ask him just about his magic in
Questions.
general.
And then Inslee, anything?
I don't think I have anything else, so I'll just go back it up.
With the shield again?
If I can find one around.
I mean, I've got a shield.
Thanks.
Let me borrow it.
All right, we'll start with the pendant. So that, roll Arcana.
Jeez.
And actually, if you would like to ask him for help, you can roll at advantage.
The wizard?
If you want to ask Irving the wizard, he can probably help you.
Alright, I'm gonna ask him.
Okay. So he walks over to you and he's like, what a very strange pendant, may I?
Yeah, sure.
So he takes it and the pendant looks dead at him. He's like, that is a bit unnerving, to be honest. And he kind of looks over it a bit more and his eyes start to glow as he kind of detects what's going on with it. Now it's been quite a long time. I haven't seen some of these with too many, but he basically takes the pendant and holds it out, and he looks at a patch of grass, and the eye turns towards it and goes bloodshot. The pupil gets really big, and that entire patch of grass turns to stone. And then the eye kind of goes back, and then the iris dilates, and then shuts, the eye itself closes. So what you have here is what we call a penance stone. Once per day, roughly, as he's looking at it, point it towards an enemy and focus your mind's eye on that thing turning to stone.
Okay.
And if so it's a con save. If the person fails it, then they become petrified, which is probably the worst status effect in the game.
Except enfeeblement.
It's a fight, man. Petrification's bad.
I don't know. 6th level exhaustion's pretty bad.
Well, that's death, but
Obviously, but it's technically a
petrification
condition.
is like close to death too.
Yes, but exhaustion is a death condition. Conditional death.
So that's what the eye does.
Okay.
Sword.
You would do the same thing. You just want to kind of hand it to him. But he takes the sword, he looks at it, and he's like, very peculiar. I have to say, dwarves, though they may be assholes sometimes, there are no better craftsmen. And what he does is he kind of like swings it back and forth a little bit, and you see like the moonlight start to come down, reflect off of it, and then he like swings it, and the sword itself like extends to be 6 times longer than what it was, and he chops a tree down in one swing, and then the sword kind of returns to its normal size.
Neat.
So, the sword is a long sword variant, but it only requires one hand to use. It still does the 1d10 damage, and once per long rest, you can choose to extend it, and when you do, it does 3d8 damage for one attack.
Wow.
Lindsay's sitting over there in a bird bath.
Fucking playing with himself in the bird bath, yeah.
Just cleaning.
And then he looks over at Olivia, and did you have a question for me, ma'am?
Yes, I'm quite curious about your...
I mean, sir?
Ma'am. about your magic.
Oh, yes, what about it?
It's quite powerful. I'd love to know where you learned such powerful magic. And
So I started off, as all mages do, I would assume. You having a patron, it may be a bit different. But I started off in a college for magic, of course. And then after some events, I started learning demon magic specifically to combat more brutal force with brutal force.
like the force we face today.
Yes, though I did not expect Zorn to have such powerful allies at his command. Faust, as he was called, and he's speaking about the big guy, was an incredibly powerful being. Games of chance may be his fancy, but in an actual battle, I fear that he is far beyond even my abilities. And you would know that Gorsto are extremely powerful. In hell, there's actually only like 2 or 3 beings that are stronger than the Gorsto, besides like the princes and kings. I'm talking like there's
things that can
the
show
Baylor, the Pit Fiend, and then it. So it's like top 3. Anything else you want to ask him?
Is there anything you potentially teach me? Or would it be too difficult to learn within a night or two?
I would never want to influence someone's path, especially one as unique as yours. I will say this. I assume, because he kind of got the hint that you guys were fighting on the same side as them.
Yeah.
I assume we will meet again in the future. When we do, perhaps there is something I can show you. And to that end, actually, perhaps I could ask a favor, if I may, to the group.
Of course.
So there is a town not far from here where I was supposed to meet a colleague of mine. The town has been assaulted by all manner of undead for several nights now. I was wondering if I could get your help, your group's help, with the town of Cree. We could certainly use strong people like you to help.
That was the town we were headed towards, correct?
That was the town you were heading towards.
That was the last one. Right.
Tell you what, buddy, I'll help you out on one condition.
Yes.
Spread the word of Inslee, the Archfey.
I apologize. I actually detest speaking mistruths. But how about I tell the story of the brave and mighty Inslee who may one day become an archfey?
Yes. Well, what I'm really looking for is your vote of confidence, so I would appreciate that. One day I'll need strong allies to prove that I deserve
Of
a
course.
place on the council.
I've met Oberyn a few times. He seems like...
I know he's awesome, isn't he? He's so cool. He came to my village once and I got to meet him. The guy is so cool, man.
And he's just kind of taken back by like, okay.
I'm going to be just like him when I grow up. It's going to be awesome.
Now that is a valiant thing to wish for.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Man,
that guy's cool.
You know what? I'll even do you one better for helping me out. The next time that I travel to the Fae for business, I will speak your name to several of the council members as I meet them.
Yeah. Just remind Uberon, be like, Inslee the fairy from when they fought the Foron in the fairy village, when we helped out, I'm not sure if he caught my name before he left, but I was there. It was cool.
And you can kind of get as you're telling the story, he sees it, and kind of sees what happens with the bow and everything. He's like, I think he does remember your name, but just to be sure, I will pass it along the next time I visit. Though, sadly, it probably won't be for a little while. We do have things to contend with here, of course.
Oh, of course. I've got to earn my fame anyway, so I'll help you out and you help me out. And then I do an air guitar. And I use Druidcraft to go, meow.
Fascinating. All right. Anything else you guys want to do before the night is over?
I'm good. I'll sleep.
All right. That's going to do it for this one. Next episode, the group is heading with Irving to the town of Cree. Bye!
Yay!